Your air conditioning bill this summer could hit $300. But one trick costing less than $1 makes a regular fan blow air colder than most AC units. No gadgets, no subscriptions, just one small change most people never try. Cooling costs now eat up roughly 12% of the average American power bill in summer. That number feels small on paper, but it adds up fast when it's sitting next to rent and groceries.
The problem. Think of someone like Linda down the street. 50 summers in, and she still doesn't trust air conditioning. She runs an hour, then shuts it off because her joints ache or her chest feels tight. This has a name: air conditioning sickness. It's common among older adults whose bodies react harder to sudden cold air. So Linda sweats through the fan instead, waking up at 2 a.m. because her bedroom air feels thick and stale. She believes there's no other option. That belief is wrong. Younger people hit a different wall. Cold air blasting on skin for hours causes dry eyes, stiff necks, headaches. So they turn the AC down to save money, then wonder why their fan feels like it's blowing hot breath instead of relief. Here's the part that stings. Most people think cranking a fan to full speed burns way more electricity. That belief keeps people suffering through stuffy air for nothing. Truth is, a fan's cost comes from runtime, not speed. Running it on high for 8 hours daily, all month, adds only a few cents compared to running it on low. Speed isn't the enemy. Runtime is. Why fans don't actually cool you. A fan cools nothing. No refrigerant, no cold coils. It just grabs air behind it and pushes that same air forward. If the room sits at 90 degrees, the fan throws that same 90-degree air right back at your face. It's like blowing across hot coffee to cool it down. If the room's already warm, your breath does nothing. You're just moving warm air around. So why does a fan feel cooling at all? The real magic happens on your skin. Sweat evaporating pulls heat away from your body. Moving air just speeds up that evaporation. Think of laundry drying faster on a windy day. The wind doesn't chill the fabric, it speeds up evaporation, and that's what pulls the heat out. This is why a fan in a hot, humid room feels almost useless. Push cold air instead of warm room air, and everything changes. The ice fan hack. Look around your house. You likely already own everything needed. An old ice pack from a shipped package works great. So does an empty plastic bottle from your recycling bin. This costs under $1, often nothing at all. Using a bottle? Add 1 spoonful of salt to the water before freezing. Salt slows melting significantly, doubling how long your homemade ice pack stays cold. Fill the bottle only 80% full. Water expands when frozen, and a full bottle can crack or burst in your freezer. Placement matters most. Set the frozen bottle or ice pack directly behind the fan, right at the air intake. Since a fan pulls air from behind before pushing it forward, cold air at the intake means cold air blasting into the room. This single move turns an ordinary fan into something that genuinely feels like air conditioning. Too awkward to reach behind the fan? Set the frozen bottle on a chair or stool in front of it instead. Cold air sinks naturally, so a slight elevation helps it spread across the room rather than pooling near the floor. Wrap the bottle in a thick old towel. This catches condensation, stopping drips on your floor. And as moisture evaporates off the towel, it pulls extra heat from the surrounding air, adding another layer of cooling on top of the ice itself. Numbers make this real. Running central air all day can cost around $10. Running a fan with this ice setup costs closer to 20 cents for the same day, roughly 50 times cheaper. Compare that to store-bought evaporative coolers, priced between $50 and $150. They work on the same principle, pulling air across something cold and wet. Your homemade setup achieves a similar effect for a tiny fraction of the price. Rotate 2 or 3 frozen bottles between your freezer and your fan throughout the day. One cools while another refreezes, keeping cold air flowing non-stop without ever touching your thermostat. This is the foundation. Once you understand why fans actually cool you and how to feed them cold air instead of warm room air, everything else becomes easier. Next up, fixing humidity, sleeping better on hot nights, and safety steps everyone should know before relying on a fan through a heat wave. Direction trick when AC is running. If you're running both AC and a fan together, most people point the fan straight at themselves. Flip that. Point the fan toward the ceiling or toward where the AC air blows in. Here's why. Cold air sinks, hot air rises. Aiming your fan upward pulls that pooled cold air off the floor and mixes it through the whole room. This is called convection cycling, basically forcing air to circulate instead of sitting in layers. Do this, and your room cools up to 20% faster, meaning your AC hits its target temperature quicker and shuts off sooner. That's real savings on your bill, not just a feel-good trick. Fixing humidity. Cold air means nothing if the room feels swampy. Humidity is often the real enemy, not temperature. Sweat can evaporate in damp air, so you stay sticky and miserable no matter how cold the breeze feels. Running a dehumidifier all night burns electricity fast. Skip it. Take an old sock or stocking, fill it with a cup of coarse salt, tie it shut. That's a homemade dehumidifier for under $1. Salt pulls moisture and musty smells right out of the air. Place it in a closet, a shoe rack, or near a window. After a few days, the salt hardens as it absorbs moisture. Don't toss it. Dry it in the sun and reuse it again and again. During the day, close thick curtains or blinds on windows getting direct sun. This blocks heat from building up in the first place. Once it cools outside in the evening, open windows to let air exchange happen. If your room only has one window and air feels stuck, point your fan toward that window, blowing outward. This pushes hot indoor air out, and cooler outdoor air naturally flows in to replace it. Sleeping through hot nights. Waking up repeatedly through a hot night usually comes down to your core body temperature not dropping enough to let you fall into deep sleep. Place a towel-wrapped frozen bottle about a foot from your head and another near your feet. Head and feet play a major role in temperature regulation, and a pocket of cool air around both areas helps your body settle into deeper, uninterrupted sleep. Skip the old-school method of dumping water on your back. Instead, press a cold, damp washcloth against your neck, wrists, or behind your knees. Major blood vessels run close to the skin at these points, so cooling them cools your whole bloodstream fast. Cooling on the go. Coming home exhausted from heat outside, a cold shower feels tempting, but skip it. Cold water shocks your blood vessels into contracting, trapping heat inside your body instead of releasing it. You'll actually feel hotter afterward. Stick to lukewarm water, around 86 to 91 degrees Fahrenheit. This keeps blood vessels open, letting trapped heat escape naturally. For quick relief outdoors or while running errands, grab a menthol cooling spray from any pharmacy, usually $3 to $5. Spray it only on arms and legs, never near your face or eyes. Menthol near your eyes causes serious stinging, and it can irritate your airways too. If your skin runs sensitive, test a small patch on your inner arm first before using it more broadly. Pair that spray with a portable mini fan, and you've got outdoor relief that rivals stepping into air conditioning, all for under $10 total. Safety basics. A few quick safety habits matter more than people realize. Clean dust off your fan's motor housing once a month. Built-up dust causes overheating, and overheating is behind most fan-related accidents each summer. Running a fan overnight? Set a timer for 2 to 3 hours instead of letting it run nonstop until morning. This protects the motor from overheating while you sleep. Know the warning signs of heat exhaustion. If skin feels hot but isn't sweating, that's a red flag your body has stopped regulating its own temperature. Get to a cool space immediately, sip lukewarm water, and if symptoms don't improve fast, call 911. Wrapping up, none of this requires doing everything at once. Start tonight with one simple step. Freeze a saltwater bottle, wrap it in a towel, and set it near your fan before bed. That single change alone can transform how you sleep through summer heat. If this helped, subscribing keeps more practical, low-cost tricks like this coming your way. And here's a question worth answering in the comments. What's the craziest DIY cooling hack your grandma ever used?